Hey, it's PHILA, and you're watching PHILA TV, the ultimate YouTube channel. I'm not a cinematographer, just a dude with a camera, and a dude that is stuck at home in isolation. So, what I've been working on this weekend is trying to come up with ideas of things to keep myself occupied when I'm going to be spending so much time in my home office, which also happens to be in my home garage. Since I'm going to be here so often and for so many weeks, I decided, one, I needed to have a garden outside so I could grow some great vegetables like I do every year. And for two, how about doing a couple of projects around the house with gardening in mind? So what I did first is I've gone through my recycle bin, I went through my refrigerator, and I just kind of looked around to see what kind of junk that I had laying around. So, not junk, it's food items. My idea is to grow. My idea is to actually make a little micro garden, little micro environments to where I'm going to be able to grow stuff or start to grow some seeds, maybe even grow some plants out of some of the household recyclable items I have. So some of these, without even naming them, you can tell what they are. That is yogurt, it's almost Easter time, so these Whoppers are everywhere. My favorite canned meat. I'm going to grow things in each one of those. This is the kind of peanut butter, not the Choosy Moms type, but the other one. I took off the label so you wouldn't see it. I also looked around the house and I found things like apples, which have seeds. A yellow plum, which is turning red, has seeds. These peppers had seeds. I found in the refrigerator we had garlic. Of course, everybody loves avocado seeds, growing. So I've got little different ways that I'm growing the avocado seeds. There's also, a supply of rosemary that's in the house, and that's easy to regrow. And my idea is to make little micro environments to where I can get the seeds started. I don't have to worry about drying out. I don't have to worry about watering it all the time. So what I've done is I've taken, now eggs come in, these plastic containers, which is really cool. And you can see just from having it sitting out in the sun, how it's, created a lot of humidity in here. So all I gotta do is put a little dirt in each one. And so, as you see, I've got seeds, and we're gonna be growing some beets, starting them out in here, and then they're gonna be transferred to the garden. Also, here's another good one. The gelato that everybody loves. The lid, the cap that I'm using for a pot is from laundry detergent. It's got a nice size to it. Put a couple holes in it, put some seeds and some dirt, and now it's a little microclimate of its own, and it'll germinate in there. When it's done germinating and it starts to grow, I just take the lid off and it could live in this little pot. Now, another one of my favorite things too are these little K-cups for coffee that you see everywhere. In fact, here's some down here. Since we drink a lot of coffee, we have a lot of these K-cups. So, and then my friends over at Trader Joe's makes these great cookies, and they come in these little containers. So what I've done is I've put some seeds in. I took the coffee out, and you can see I went down to lemon, put 3 seeds in here. I have a pluot, I have avocado in here, I've got sorrel, I've got all kinds of things going in here. And like I said, it's going to be a little micro environment that's going to keep it going. Green onions, you never use the bottoms, put them in the pot, put them in something. So this is like a solo cup. Put a couple holes in it for drainage, and it works fine. Roma tomatoes. Got a Roma tomato out of the refrigerator. Put in a solo cup. Put a lid on it. Microclimate. As you can see, the yogurt, same thing. I want to have a microclimate, and I have a lot of mason jars. So I put it in the mason jar. It'll start turning into a microclimate, and it's going to start germinating in there. So these are a couple of projects I'm going to do over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to give you updates on how these are growing. And then let me show you the other thing I'm doing. I love mason jars, like I said. So what I've done is hatch chilies. Instead of growing it right in the jar, because it's hard to get out and you can't get any drainage, what I do is I put it into a water bottle with holes in it. I put a stick in there so I remember what it is. I put a tape on the outside. And these things, they never stand up. They always fall over. So if you put them in a jar, they're not going to fall over. And I'll be able to grow a chili plant out of here and let it grow almost this whole cycle in this jar without having to worry about root rot. Here's another little microclimate I started. little container that came with some wiring for my trailer harness. Makes a great little greenhouse. Same thing, my favorite deli. I decided to plant spinach in this one. This was coleslaw. You see? Microclimate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these all going. We got all kinds of stuff going on here, all kinds of ideas. And like I said, this is all from the recycle bin and the refrigerator, and in some cases out of the cabinets, because you could, believe it or not, some of the nuts that are out there you could actually grow. And I also found this. I was at a market one day where they had disposable forks and spoons and knives. So I grabbed a bunch of them thinking I'm going to use these for something good. And what I do is I just label it, stick it in the dirt, and there you have it. So this is my start. Like I said, we're going to have all kinds of stuff. We've got shallots going in here. We've got avocados going in here. This is actually going to have celery grown in here. You're going to be able to harvest right out of this jar, which is going to be great. Snap peas. This thing's not going to fall over, so I'm going to put a stick in here, let the snap peas grow in there, and hopefully we'll be able to harvest right out of this jar. So there it is. This is going to be micro environments and little growing projects. I'm going to try and get this little tray. I'm able to take it outside every day, let it sit in the sun, bring it back in the evenings until it gets warm enough to be out all the time. And we're going to get these things growing. We'll eventually get the lids off of the jars, and we'll have plants growing on it. So I'll try and give you guys an update like once a week, and we'll see how these go. But again, all these containers came right out of the recycle bin. The thing that excites me the most is these K-cups, because we see so many of them, and these are the greatest things for little tiny mini environments. So if you like it, give me a thumbs up, and remember to hit that little notification bell, and you'll get notified every time I get an update on this video, and we will keep bringing it back to you. Thanks for watching PHILA TV, PHILA's Garden. Don't forget, I'm on Instagram, PHILA TV channel. Thanks for watching.